Welcome to my tutorial on horizontal stacking. In this tutorial, we are going to cover several important components of horizontal stacking and some fun different ways you can combine them. So what the heck is horizontal stacking? Well, it is inspired by another set of moves called vertical stacking, where you use pendulums, stalls, inspins, and antispins to stack one poi on top of the other. Instead of making vertical lines, we're going to be making horizontal lines, but still using all of those basic components. Here are some iconic horizontal stacks. I'm pretty sure some of these can be attributed to Ivan Gorbunov, aka Mel. For our purposes today, though, we are only going to focus on the upper two quadrants. The first prerequisite is a 4-petal anti-spin flower in wall plane. You will also want to be comfortable with wall plane extensions. Finally, you will need to be comfortable with pendulums. We're going to start with our right hand, and with the right arm extended out to the right, practice penduluming back and forth. Try to focus on when the pendulum goes away from you. The point at which it is farthest away from you is when you will initiate one anti-spin pedal across the top center, traveling over to your left side. Try to stretch your right arm as far across your body as you can. As you get more comfortable with this, try to eliminate the number of pendulums that you're doing until you're only doing one pendulum back and forth on each side, and then try eliminating the pendulums entirely. Next, repeat this same exercise with your left hand. Don't forget to be paying attention to the point at which the poi is away from you to initiate that anti-spin. And really stretch your arm across to the other side of your body. See if you can go back and forth without any pendulums in between. Now comes the fun part, the combinations. Our first combo will be antispin versus antispin, starting from same time opposite pendulums. What do I mean by same time opposites here? I mean that our poi are going to be swinging in opposite directions back and forth past each other. We're going to start on the left side of our bodies with our hands together. Both poi should be penduluming in front of your body, which means your left poi will be between your left arm and your right arm. One quick note, if you are doing a pendulum in same time, same direction and you want to switch to opposites, just do a single inspin in either direction with either of the poi. If you want to switch back to same time, same direction, just do another inspin with one of the poi. Next, I want you to focus on the pendulum of the right poi, and when the right poi is out, you're going to do that anti-spin across the top, but just leave your left hand where it is. Notice your poi will have switched from same time opposites to same time, same direction. Next, you're going to anti-spin your left hand over to the right side, and you should be back in same time opposites. Now try the whole thing, but leading with the left hand to the left side, and then following with the right hand. Remember to focus on the poi that has to do the anti-spin. When you anti-spin across your body, really make sure that you're reaching your arm all the way to the other side. The pendulums with the arms apart in same time, same direction can be considered a resting position. See if you can slowly eliminate the number of pendulums you have to do before you initiate the next anti-spin. If you're anti-spinning over with one hand, see if you can follow with the other hand at the first opportunity. With this timing and direction, what that would look like is you would start to antispin with one hand, and then the other hand would do a single pendulum, and then it would be ready to do the antispin over. When you speed it up, each hand will only do a pendulum back and forth on its native side. If you're finding that you wind up in same time opposites instead of same time same direction, it might be because your antispin is too fast or too slow. Try speeding up or slowing down the antispin across. So that is our first combo. One variation you can do on this if you want is instead of starting with your hands together, you can have a hand-to-head poi relationship. This just gives the move a slightly different look on the sides. So instead of having the poi come past each other, they will be overlapping. Alright, now it's time for another fundamental component of horizontal stacking. Instead of doing an anti-spin across the top, we're going to do an extension across the top. I want you to think about initiating the extension from when the poi head is in. So we're just going to do a pendulum back and forth on the side and then do an extension across the top. Next, you can try eliminating the number of pendulums so you're just doing one pendulum in on each side. Make sure to try this extension back and forth across the top with both hands. With your left hand, try doing as many pendulums as you want and then do an extension across the top. As with the right hand, try doing just one pendulum in and then an extension across the top. Keep doing this back and forth. Alright, we're ready for our second combo. Just like the first combo, we're going to start in same time opposites. Let's start on the left side, and when your right poi is facing you, that's when you're going to initiate the extension across. Once again, you will find that you will have gone from same time opposites to same time same direction. Now try doing the same thing with no pauses. The right poi comes in and it extends across, and then the left poi comes in and it extends across. For our next combinations, we're going to start in same time, same direction instead of same time opposites. Everything else should be the same. Pendulum back and forth on your left side, and when your right poi goes out, anti-spin across. Then when your left poi goes out, anti-spin your left poi across. Notice when you pause in the middle, you will have switched from same direction to opposites. Once again, see if you can eliminate the number of pendulums you're doing between anti-spinning each hand across. Unlike when we start in opposites, there is an opportunity for you to anti-spin both hands across at the same time, but the goal here is to at least have one pendulum in and out with each hand. Combination number 4, you guessed it. We start in same time, same direction, and we're going to do an extension across the top. Once again, you'll go from same time, same direction to opposites, and then back to same time, same direction. As with the anti-spins, there is an opportunity where you could do an extension across the top with both poi at the same time, but again, the goal is to not have them go over at the same time. You can also mix and match the components. So here we start in opposites, and we do an anti-spin over with one poi, and then an in-spin or extension with the other poi. You can also start with the extension and follow with the anti-spin. You will see the same changes in timing and direction as you saw with the other combos. You can also try to mix and match the components, but starting in same time, same direction. Finally, you can start in opposites and have both poi traveling over at the same time. This is what that looks like if the non-native hand is doing the anti-spin and the native hand is doing the in-spin or extension. In order for this to work, you will need to switch which poi is in front at the top center. You can also have the non-native hand do the extension and the native hand do the anti-spin. Honestly, this one was the most difficult for me. So that completes this tutorial. I hope that you've learned some fun different combinations and that you can incorporate them into your spinning as a new way to change timing and direction.